Welcome, we're live now.
Okay, cool. Hey everyone, and welcome to this Google Hangout. My name is Dorthe Nøhr, and today I have invited Rachael O'Brien to a little chat about what else is possible. So welcome and enjoy.
Thank
Hi
you so much.
Rachael.
Hi, hi. Thank you so much, and thanks to Tom, who's always helping us with the setting up the IT and any problems we have. And you know, I suppose I'm going to kick off the hangout just talking a little bit about that. So Dorothy, you look beautiful. Thanks for being here. And I guess when I see you stepping up, I'm like a proud mama because I'm like, there's my girl, and you speak with such clarity and such joy that it brings so much happiness into my life. So thank you for being you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about, what is the name of the hangout?
Being what else is possible.
Being what else is possible. So being what else is possible. So Dorthe, what is that? My name is Rachael O'Brien, first and foremost. I'm an access consciousness facilitator. For those of you who have never heard that, it's a body of work, and it's a body of work which we became friends, and Tom is on as well, and we've created relationships that work, and we've put time into them and time into creating them. And this body of work is both a hands-on body process that allows you to let go of stuck points in your life, and also there's verbal tools. So I travel around the world facilitating this, and we do online programs. And we met through, all of us on the Hangout met through Access Consciousness. And I suppose what Access really is about is accessing you. There might be a little bit of background noise where I am. I came into a hotel, I was asking what else is possible, and I found a little room, and the internet didn't work and had to move. So it's so funny because I'm living in the what else is possible right now. So how cool is that? And how does it get any better? So Dorthe,
Yeah.
how has your life changed since you're living in being? You're being, not doing. You're being the what else is possible, and what does that look like for you?
Oh, to be honest, I can't remember my life before all this change, before I started doing Access. Because a lot of things changed so fast, so I actually can't remember how it was before. Um, but it has given me um, the allowness to being me, and to accept me, and to find out that it isn't wrong to be different. Because I'm born with what is it called? Cerebral
Cerebral
palsy.
palsy.
Yeah, and I haven't, felt that I fit in any way. Not only because of not only because of my handicap, but in any ways. Yeah, I know. So
I'm pretty protective about my girl. So when she says handicap, I do this. And because to me she's got no handicap. Handicap means something that capitates you from actually being, and it's like a disadvantage. Whereas to me, you are such a potent being, and you've such a possibility to be living in joy. That just never fits when you say that in my world.
to
Yes.
be honest, I have never felt like that I was handicapped or disabled, or what it's called. Because I have two sisters who is normal functioning in this reality, so I've just been doing what they were doing, just a little bit different. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah. Can you talk about living in the question and how since you began to ask what else is possible, how that is actually, you see, these tools to me are about changing your life and how you live it each day. It's not about going on a workshop. I would have done a lot of workshops where I went off and I got tools, and then I'd come back home on the Monday and I'm like, oh, what do I do now? And by the Wednesday, I was exactly back to where I was before I took the workshop. So what I like about the tools and processes of Access Consciousness is we talk about all life coming to me with ease, and my life becomes more ease, and I have a sense of trust and knowing that everything works out no matter what. And can you talk about living in the what else is possible, how that has helped you in your daily living and life?
Yeah, I actually have an example. For I think it was half a year ago, I was for the moment I'm on a school on a media school where we learn to how to make TV and interviews and all that. So I invited uh, I invited Lisen Bingson because I would like to have to I would like her to talk about access consciousness and then about bars and all that. So the day, I think it was the day before she would come for the interview. First of all, I chose a location where I think it was very nice to have the interview. It was just near a lake, and it was so beautiful. And then the day before she should come for the interview, then my teacher told me that there wasn't time to drive to the location because there was a lot of people who should film the same day as me. So I was like, okay, what else is possible? I said it in me, like, okay, what else is possible? What else? What else can show up now? And then he said that it should be in the basement, and I was like, no, it's not going to be in the basement. And then I was asking lots of questions, and then
what type of questions? Tell us what type of questions you were asking. Because we talked about living in the question, and we talked. If you were to conclude, if you took the answer or the conclusion that your tutor gave to you and went, oh, we're going to do it in the basement. So can you talk about what we do differently and how much fun that is?
First of all, I was like, no, it's not going to happen that way. I get not angry, but I was demanding that it was not going to be that way because I think it was not okay to do that. And then I was asking, for example, like, what will it take to change this? What questions can I ask here? What question can I be to change this? And a lot of other questions that I really can't remember. But then the next day, just before the interview, then my teacher told the other students that they should be aware that there will be that day the interview in the basement. And I was like sitting there to the meeting, and I was like, okay, what questions can I ask here? What else is possible? How can I use manipulation to my advantage? And what will it take to get through this with ease? And then after the meeting, I was asking my teacher again if it was possible to go to the location that I chose. Um, and then I would ask some of the other students to help me, so there will be time enough for all. And he was like, oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. And I was like, oh, can it be that easy? I got so happy, and um, and then um, and then Leeson came, and it was a great interview, and it was so much fun, and the birds were singing, and I got so happy. So yeah.
So this is what I love about Access is that, and apologies for the sound in the background, guys. I'm asking questions. What else is possible? What would it take for me to find a space that people can hear what we can deliver into the world? What else is truly possible beyond anything I can conceive here? What would it take to have ease with this hangout? Where can I be? What action can I take? Asking those questions, I'm not like this. I'm just moving and following the energy and knowing that the universe will deliver to me what is actually going to create the most. And I suppose the fact that I've been practicing with these tools for a while, I trust that the universe has a plan and it always delivers to me the ease. Now, honestly, I'm just going to show you this. There was about 30 people standing here, and they just actually like moved down the hallway, and I was like literally, it was so noisy. I just had to mute. And it's just incredible how it shows up. I was given a room when I came to this hotel, and the internet didn't work in the room. And I often wonder, there was no point on the hangout where I went to or stress or worry, and also that I trust that we can change any situation so that it works for us and it creates ease. And so anyone who might be just come across this hangout and what is it all about, what we're looking to deliver here is a creation of our life with ease. And what I love about you is there's this energy in your world when you love beautiful things, you love beautiful spaces where you're sitting tonight, you love your hair nice, you love beautiful makeup, and and it's like you're not willing for something to look crappy or be ugly when it comes to film or when it comes to workshops or when it comes to your life. And it's so funny when you make the demand, I get so happy. We talk in Access about potency and unlocking your potency. For you, you're always willing to change things from a giggle. And it's like that space where you're like, no. Like we've talked like many times now, and you just turn to me and go, no, that is not how it is actually happening. I have got greater plans for this. And I just think that potency, which is the ability to change something that's not working for you, for me, I see that in your world, and it's so much fun and ease. You don't get cranky, you're just like, no, it is not going to be done from the basement. This is not how my life works. My friend is coming and she's got a lot to tell the world, and I'm going to deliver that with ease. And for me, that is so much fun, and it's so amazing how something different can show up when you are willing to live in the what else is possible. So when we ask just a little bit of clarity on this, and maybe Tom would like to come on and tell us a story, because what I see in my life are people that are desperately looking for an easier way to live. And I give them the what else is possible tool, And I remember being in a bar in Cork 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm just seeing if I can create more ease with the sound. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
So we were standing at the bar having a drink, and Amy, my friend, turned to the guy and she said, just ask what else is possible. He couldn't get served, And he turned to her and he said, "You just might have given me one of the greatest things for my life." So a lot of people know that when you come out of conclusion that you actually create something different. And that's really when I say to people, ask, is there another possibility? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, imagine if you didn't have to go to the conclusion from your head all the time. If there's something greater available to us in every moment other than what our brain can conceive. Because we have a lot of old patterns, running in our brain. And I see people when it shows up, they're like a friend of mine, Rachael, who just did a bars class last week. Again, it's a body process. It's like, oh my God, this thing is off the radar. You just ask what else is possible, and on the go again. It keeps showing up a different reality. So I just think when you come into the possibility of life and you ask what can contribute to you, so much shows up. So much.
Yeah, and it's so funny because it's so easy to just ask a question, and people think other people often think that it should be, or it's so difficult, and everything is so difficult often if they would like to have something in their lives, and with just asking, with just what did I say?
Just actually being in it. I mean, what you're talking about is we're programmed to think, including me, that life is so hard and difficult. And then we ask this question and life becomes more ease. And that's not something that we're programmed to believe is true. It's so far out of the box, So it's just such a gift. It's such a gift.
and a guy on my school, he's very he's such a drama queen. Everything that he's doing, he make it very difficult for him. And you know what? It's so hilarious, because I think it's so hilarious when he talks about something, and then he makes it so difficult, and oh my God. Do you know what I mean when, isn't it just so difficult? And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so hilarious. It's so hilarious that people, to watch people do their own lives so difficult for them, and other people's parts of view so important for them.
So that's huge. You've just talked about like other people's points of views.
Yeah.
And what we talk about in Access is when we're living in what else is possible. Everyone has a point of view how certain situations must work and how they look, and it's like when you're willing to come out of the conclusion and not be trapped in someone else's point of view, the most magical, amazing, just events and happenings take place, and connections and creations that you haven't ever thought possible. It's just incredible what shows up. Yeah. And I suppose what I'd say to people is, if you are in a situation, I'll be with people and I'm like, ask a question. Would you like to ask a question? And when you actually ask a question, I have not ever had a situation where it didn't work. So for me, that's just so amazing that I can just ask a question and my life can become more ease and everything works for me, And I was driving, I'm just going to talk about this before we finish up. I was driving today, I was driving from my house, and I'm about a 30-mile journey from my house. I've about another hour and a half to travel. And I travel a lot around Ireland because it's a small little country, and I have clients all over the place and loads of fun stuff to be doing. And on my drive up, I listened to a class called Talk to the Entities with Shannon O'Hara that I did nearly 4 years ago now, 3.5 years ago. And as I was driving, I realized that 4 years ago, I walked into a class 3.5 years ago, and at the time I didn't have a lot of ease in my life, and I wasn't good at money, and I didn't really have a lot of information around finances. And I remember going into that class and just loving the energy and the fun and the joy and the ease, and looking at people's faces. All the stress would just fade away, and they'd start to smile, and there'd be a gentleness in their world. I could see Tom smiling because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And when I look at that class, little did I know, 3.5 years ago, I thought Shannon was this superstar, and watching her in the last 3.5 years and her career catapult. So to make a long story short, 3.5 years later, from living in the question, what else is possible, I've trained as an access facilitator. Myself and Tom sold our first product the day before yesterday online. And now I get to travel all over the world, and I've developed skills with technology, and I had someone set up a new business today. And it's so much fun, and it's so much joy. And did I think I could do any of this? If I would have listened to my head, none of it would have been possible. None.
No, what if you could receive the gift that the questions giving you and the universe giving you? What if you were willing to allow that into your world and be, allow it to happen for you?
When you say that, it's the gentleness that you deliver. My whole body just went like what we love. Like, we're so connected to the earth, all of us. And I'm always asking, what life would my planet like me to have? Like, my cottage talks to me that I live in. The earth talks. When I came into this hotel tonight, the guy in the hotel was so helpful, and seeing if he could help me with the internet and get me something to eat and find me a place to work from. And that contribution is moving in your life all the time when you live in the question. So how does it get any better? And as you said, what would it take for you to allow the possibilities and the ease of being in the question? What if you were to allow yourself to receive that for your life?
Yeah, and what if everything around you could be a contribution to the things that the things that you are doing in every moment of your life?
And for me, looking at you and seeing what you've chosen and going beyond all the limitations of your handicap and your cerebral palsy and how your brain doesn't work, and how, according to this reality, and how you look at me, and we can have the most amazing conversations. And you have developed a space for me where I know you have information, and I know you have awareness that contributes to my life and my career and my workshops, and making this planet a gorgeous place for us to live. And I love that I get to just sit there and allow you to deliver information to me in the way that you do, which is very unique, and to me such a divine, gorgeous gift. And those twinkling eyes, they just melt my heart, and I'm sure anyone on the call, it just like, it just allows anything to fall away, and you are that space of possibility. And you, because I know you really well when I'm around, you live in the gratitude for the question, which is a different creation of life. So, my beautiful friend, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this hangout, and I would like to thank Tom Verbroken for organising the IT, and just thank you to everyone. And what would it take for us to continue to be in that question in every nanosecond of our life?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I just get so relaxed.
That's actually what this creates. You get so relaxed, and all stress and worry and fear just fall away from your life. and you really begin to know that you have potency to change anything that doesn't work for you. So thanks for joining us tonight. Tom, would you like to say anything before we come to a close?
No, I think that was a beautiful, beautiful hangout.
She's gorgeous, isn't she, Tom?
Yes.
So thanks a million. Thanks for being here, and we will talk to you again soon.
Okay.
Dorthe, Nøhr, Rachael O'Brien, Tom Verbroken, thank you for being you.
Yeah. What else is possible?
Yay.